Hey, welcome back to Sports Cards Analysis. I'm JT with another case break simulation. Today we got 2023-24 Upper Deck Black Diamond Hockey, all caught up on the years, so we're not looking at old stuff. Here's a couple examples. I'm kind of scrolling a little fast here. I like Black Diamond. It's a nice product. I know people have been asking for it. I apologize for being day of here. I know that's kind of late. Being on time is being late in this case because you guys are trying to buy into breaks. I just got busy at work, but I did it, so here it is. 49.95 US dollars and 66.82 Canadian at Steel City for this product, for a case of this product. The reason I tell you that is because what we're going to do is we're going to distribute the case cost across all of the cards in each hit category. And what that does is it allows you to pay a fair market value for the probability of that hit type. So, for example, if you want to pay for the highest probability of getting an autograph card, then you would pay for the Canadians, and you could pay up to 500 Canadian dollars or 365 American, because you're paying for the likelihood that you're going to hit, since they have the most, and the hits are distributed evenly throughout all the boxes and packs and cases. Then that's what you pay. So we're basically dividing the case cost across all of these cards, each autograph, which, there's thousands of autographs, and it's a couple cents per card. Add it all up, and that's kind of what you get there. So there's 1 through 10, and the price. This is a price you should feel comfortable with on probability. That doesn't mean that's what the breakers are going to charge, but that's just distributed for probability. It doesn't have anything to do with the value of the team or anything. So that's 1 through 10. Here's 11 through 20 and 21 through 30. I won't go into page 4 because there's probably a lot of dual teams. And then I'm going to skip over like memorabilia, exquisites, variants, things like that, and just go to the price per team by total number of cards. So the team and the print runs in here were almost all provided. There was a few I had to figure out myself, but the Flames, they have the most cards in this set. The Red Wings, Predators, Canadians, that's kind of your top 4. So here's what you should pay US, Canadian, if you want to just pay. This is not just autographs, but this is if you want to leave a break having the biggest stack of cards mailed to your house. That's what you would do. You pay these prices, and you should feel comfortable with that. Again, that doesn't mean that you're going to make a profit. That's just probability. So there's page 2, and there's page 3. Now, we do want to talk about profit. We want to talk about ROI, return on investment. We want to talk about how good this product is, and we want to talk about what is the likelihood that you can make a profit in a break on this product. Well, if you're new to these videos, basically what I do is I assign each player a tier based on the popularity and the value of their cards, and then I assign every card in this product a value, a dollar value, and then I do 200 case break simulations on a simulator that I built, and then I break down what the ROI is if you were to buy into these breaks. What is the value of the cards? Doesn't include the investment side of the ROI, just the return side. So that should give you a little idea of what this product is worth. So on that tier, here's the breakdown of the checklist by tier. There's a lot of 1s, 2s, and 3s. Not so many 4s this time. Usually there's a little bit more 4s, but this time tons of 5s. So they kind of, it's a weird product because it leans heavily towards the less valuable side, but they do make up for it with tons and tons of really great players in the checklist. So you obviously have a high likelihood of getting a bust, but there's still some pretty valuable guys in here. Now, product overall, auto value checklist 2.2. There's a lot of duds in there, but there's some great ones. A lot of Bedards, Wayne Gretzky, your typical cast of characters there, and the total product strength 2.7. So not the best product that they've released, but certainly not the worst. Although the auto checklist does leave a lot to be desired. Canadian average ROI per case for 200 cases. So this is the ROI. You take all of the hits and then divide it by 200, the value of the cards, and you divide it by 200. That's what you get here. That's why the value is so low, because you don't hit every case. So there's a lot of zeros in there. But overall, the Blackhawks do provide the most value, and that is actually because, and I've factored this in, the Bedard autos obviously worth a lot, but also there's a lot of low-numbered Bedard memorabilia, a lot of low-numbered memorabilia cards, period, relics, and the exquisites are very low. Some of them, not the base cards, but a lot of them are low-numbered. And the low-numbered material cards for Bedard, they're actually going for a lot of money, more than probably most relics should. So I did factor that in. So if you're watching this, a couple months from now or years from now, well, I don't know what to tell you about the value then. But the ROI is very good for the Blackhawks, even though the checklist does include a lot of players that kind of bring the strength of that checklist down. Of course, they have the top player, so this doesn't matter. All the strength of checklist stuff doesn't matter because you guys aren't going to listen anyway. You're going to go for, broke and buy the Blackhawks, and that's fine. And then it really drops off after that. Here's your top 10 for ROI on Black Diamond, and that's across 200 cases. Here's your next ones. Again, the numbers are low because it's divided by 200. Now let's look at it only when it hits. This will give you a better idea of what this value is going to be when it hits. So yeah, what did we say? The Blackhawks ROI was high across 200, but look, we hit autos in 23 cases and memorabilia in 16 cases. So we're not even talking 1/4 of the cases had actual Blackhawks hits, and the number was still that high. But when they did have hits, I mean, we're averaging a lot, and that again is because a lot of the memorabilia that hit in my simulation were like numbered to 5, 10, 15, 25, the really low print runs. Autographs were the same thing, a lot of very high value, and we're talking like well over $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. I think there might have been like a 1 of 1. I'm not sure what I had Bedard priced at a 1 of 1, but it was high. And so so over 23 cases, you got Blackhawks autographs, and that was the average ROI. Obviously, there's some real huge ones in there. There's also some not so great ones, so keep that in mind. The Kings did provide the most value, but again, only 11 cases. That's like 1/20th of the cases. So for every 20 cases you'd open, you would only get one Kings auto. That's how you read this table. It's basically team, hit type, dollar value, and the number of cases. So when I read this out loud to myself, I go, well, the Kings autographs only hit in 11 cases. And when they hit, they average this price. So good. There's good stuff in there, but very rare, very hard. Look at this one, 7. Penguins autographs only hit in 7 cases. So it's hard. This one only hit in 1 Lightning autograph. So keep that in mind. There's very uncommon things in here. There's page 2, sorted by Canadian dollars. Doesn't matter. They're both sorted the same. This one here, if you want to get autographs for the Sabres, it hit in 48 cases. That's 1/4 of the time. So for every 4 cases, you're going to get 1 on average. So that's pretty good. And this is all based on, pack odds and print runs and things like that. So, while there might be the most of one team, when you break down the print runs and you break down the sets that they're in, some of them don't hit as often. Here's page 4. Here's page 5. I'll just go to like 10 pages here. So you can see page 6, page 7, and even the base cards have some low numbered parallels. So you're going to see those doing pretty well as well. So just screenshot all these little things and then use them when you make your purchases into breaks. It's very valuable information. Average ROI by set. So what I'm just showing you here is, what are some of the lowest sets across 200 total breaks? And that is because you might say, okay, Cup winner patches gold, I got a hit, and maybe you're valuing it at like 126. That was that card, whatever it was. And you're like, well, but only hit in 1 case out of 200 with 0% because it rounded down. So maybe it's worth more than that, because even though there's multiples of them that exist, it's actually really hard to hit at 200 cases. So, whatever this 96-cent one is, I don't even know. It's probably some guy I didn't have a lot of pricing data for. But there's like your top 10 in sets. So very rare. This is not the print run. This is how many cases out of 200 it hit in. So the master checklist, let's look at like some players. Let's see who has the most autographs in this set. We have exquisite total number of autograph cards in this set. These are your top players here. For autographs, let's kind of, there's some guys in here that we want to look at. So let's look at, we'll look at Bedard. He's got 379 autographs. He's got 2007 exquisite cards, 214 memorabilia, 202 parallels, and some base. Let's look at, the other Connor. There we go. McDavid, he's got 122. Should have just searched for Connor, and I got them both. There we go. We could, look for some of the, what am I doing wrong here? There we go. 76 autos for Sidney Crosby. Ovechkin, we could look at that, 112. And then, if there's some popular teams, like we saw that the Blackhawks they don't have that ROI. Well, why is that? That's because, half of the Blackhawks autographs are Bedard, but then the other half are these players. So Chris Chelios, that might return something really nice. But there you go. So not all, high value, high dollar guys. And, we look at the Oilers. Is there Wayne Gretzky? Yeah, he's got 21. Wayne Gretzky has autos for the Kings and the Oilers. So let's look and see what, yeah, there we go. He doesn't have any autos for the Rangers. So that's interesting information. If you find it interesting, great. If not, I'm sorry to bore you. So those are players, autographs and stuff like that. Cards by team, here's your top 10. Screenshot that. That might be valuable to you. Remember, just because they have the most unique card types doesn't mean they have the most cards. Print runs matter. All right. Total number of cards by print run. One of ones, there's 570 one of ones in this set. So if you're chasing one of ones, here's the teams you should buy. This column here is one of ones by team. Red Wings have 40, Predators 37, Blackhawks 29, etc. So here's your top 10 for one of ones. Buy into those. That's a good idea. So I'm also going to show you a one case summary just to show you that I do the break. It's the last case in the break, case number 200. And to kind of show you what should your expectations be. So if we go by print run here, we didn't get any one of ones, fives, tens. We just got 25 being the lowest. And then some of these 49s were assessed by me by calculating how many cases they'll have. I think they'll have 4,100 cases, a little more than that actually. And so I had to spread some of that out with print runs out of 49 and such. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm wrong equally across all those sets. So there's by print run kind of your top 10. There's just look at these and you see what you should expect from these breaks. You're gonna get some hits and you're gonna get some busts. That's just how it goes. There's some one of ones in here. We got 32 one of ones out of 200 cases. So what is that, like 1/8 ish? Yeah, for every 8 cases about, you'll hit a one of one. So keep that in mind. If you are chasing one of ones, there won't be one every case. We did get a Connor Bedard exquisite collection, extra exquisite rookies. I don't believe that's memorabilia or auto. It's just kind of a parallel. Still a one of one, still awesome. Now ROI by 20 cases. So far I've shown you ROI by aggregate. So of all the breaks. Let's just look at break by break for 20 breaks. What I like to do is find the team that you're interested in buying and just see if at all, there's times where some teams don't hit, crack in here, no crack in there. Find the team that you want to buy by logo and then just see if they ever really have a good hit. So, case one here, and they're kind of out of order, but it doesn't matter because what does it matter? You got the Flames right here, low here, but high here. See if the team you want to buy has a spike, because then you know that there's at least some chance of you getting a decent hit based on the team you're buying. So there you go. I'll just scroll through this nice and easy, and you can look for the team. See, look, a lot of low ones here because the Sabres just overtook that break. So for the simulation, not the master checklist, this is just a simulation. Here's the order in which the teams came in with total cards out of 200 breaks. Got 963 Red Wings. So there's your top 10. By print run, I did get 4 Predators, 3 Flames, 3 Red Wings, 3 Senators. So yeah, keep that in mind. The order's a little different, but it's pretty similar. And then let's look at by card type. For autographs, out of 200 cases, we got 66 Canadians, 61 Islanders, and you can see the rest of the top 10 there. What about exquisites? Let's look at those. Got a bunch of Red Wings and Blackhawks. Memorabilia cards, which are interesting. Red Wings, Flames, Canadians. There you go. Parallels. There you go. That's it. That's 2023-24 Black Diamond Hockey. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your breaks. Like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 all that stuff. Bye.